Few stories can spark as much emotion in the hearts of Rangers fans as the potential return of Steven Gerrard to Ibrox. It's one of those narratives that instantly taps into the soul of the support, the man who, not so long ago, led the Light Blues out of the darkness and back to the summit of Scottish football. That unforgettable title-winning season in 2-0 even ending Celtic's run and clinching number 55, will forever be etched in Rangers history. And now, whispers are growing louder, echoing from the corridors of Ibrox to the streets of Glasgow and beyond. Could Gerrard really be coming back for a second stint in charge? At first, it felt like a fantasy. Now, it's starting to feel like something much more real. The speculation has taken on a whole new level of seriousness in the past few days. Rangers are actively working on finding a new manager after parting ways with Russell Martin, who lasted just over 4 months in the job. That short-lived tenure ended with a disappointing draw against Falkirk, leaving the club stuck in 8th place and struggling in the Europa League. The pressure on the board has ramped up significantly, and all eyes are now on the next move. And guess what? Steven Gerrard is officially in the frame. Conversations are happening. Plans are being drawn. Gerrard is set to meet with Rangers representatives in London, and the talks are expected to be intense. Sources close to the club believe he's now one of the leading candidates, if not the frontrunner. And if you've been paying attention, you'll know this isn't just about nostalgia. Gerrard himself has dropped some big hints recently about his hunger to return to the dugout. Speaking with Rio Ferdinand, he was candid about wanting another chance, another challenge, and the opportunity to do things differently this time. He talked about surrounding himself with new faces, coming back with fresh ideas, and building something lasting. It's clear he's been thinking deeply about his next move. And let's be honest, for a manager of his stature, Rangers still represents unfinished business. Yes, he delivered the historic title, but Europe slipped away, and there was a sense that his project was just getting started when he left for Aston Villa. This potential reunion isn't just about Gerrard, though. Behind the scenes, Rangers are going through a major overhaul. A complete restructuring is underway, from academy level all the way up to the executive leadership. The football department is being reshaped, and sporting director Kevin Thelwell is at the heart of it all. He's working alongside Chairman Andrew Kavanagh and Vice Chairman Parag Marathe to bring stability back to the club, not just short-term results, but a long-term plan. Gerrard's return, if it happens, would be a major statement of intent in that direction. It would signal that the club is serious about reconnecting with its identity and building something that fans can believe in again. Part of that rebuild includes a fresh focus on youth development, and that's where Jonathan Hunter-Barrett enters the picture. The Wolves Academy manager is being lined up for a key role at Rangers, head of academy. It's a position that's been vacant since Zeb Jacobs moved to Feyenoord back in April, and the club has been lacking clear leadership in that department ever since. Barrett has a solid track record, having worked his way up through the ranks at Wolves before taking charge of their academy in 2-0 even dois. Bringing someone like him in is all about creating a bridge between the academy and the first team, something Rangers have struggled to maintain in recent years. There's more happening behind the scenes as well. New appointments are being made to modernize and professionalize the football operations. Nathan Fisher, formerly of Everton, is reportedly on his way to Ibrox as the new head scout. David McGregor has been promoted to head kit manager. Jamie Ramsden is stepping up to become head of performance. And analytics expert James Monty is joining as the new data insights lead, a move that signals Rangers' increasing reliance on data-driven decision-making. These are the types of backroom changes that don't always grab headlines, but are absolutely crucial in building a solid foundation for future success. The ambition is clear: align every department under one vision and make Rangers a club that functions at the highest level, on and off the pitch. With all these moving parts, it's easy to forget just how significant the next managerial appointment really is. Russell Martin's spell in charge was a major disappointment, and the board has admitted as much. In an open letter to supporters, Kavanagh and Marathe didn't shy away from the failures, acknowledging that they did not get this right and promising to lead a rigorous, thoughtful recruitment process to get the club back on track. They spoke about their ambition to build a Rangers team capable of dominating domestically and competing in Europe. But more than anything, they seemed to understand the gravity of the moment. that fans are tired of false dawns and half-baked projects. That's why Gerrard's name carries so much weight. He's not a gamble. He's a known quantity. And most importantly, he gets Rangers. And let's not forget the potential coaching team that could follow him back to Glasgow. Jermaine Defoe has already thrown his hat into the ring, saying it would be a no-brainer to return to the club he loves. Defoe, who's been coaching at Spurs, is eager to continue his development and has never hidden his affection for Rangers. The idea of Defoe working alongside Gerrard again is one that fans would no doubt embrace. They were part of that iconic title-winning squad and understand what it means to wear the badge. Defoe's own words say it all. It's more than just a football club. It's about standards, it's about expectations, and it's about winning. That mentality is what Rangers have been missing in recent times. While Gerrard remains the biggest name in the conversation, he's not the only one. German coach Danny Roll is also reportedly under consideration. Roll, who left Sheffield Wednesday in the summer, was actually contacted before Martin got the job. His name being back in the mix shows the board is casting the net wide and not just relying on sentiment. They're weighing up all the options, but sources suggest Gerrard has the edge, not just because of his past, but because of his clear desire to take the job and the belief that he can bring stability, direction, and identity back to the club. So now, it all comes down to timing and decision-making. The next 24 to 48 hours could be decisive. Talks are happening, plans are being drawn, and Rangers fans are watching every development with bated breath. There's excitement, yes, but also a real sense of urgency. This isn't just about repairing the damage done in recent months. It's about reigniting belief, rebuilding trust, and reminding everyone exactly what Rangers Football Club stands for. Now, as much as all eyes are on Gerrard and the potential for his return, it's equally important to understand the broader context shaping everything happening at Rangers right now. Because beyond the touchline drama and the coaching carousel, what's really unfolding is a battle for the club's very identity, how it operates, how it competes, and how it prepares for the future. You can feel it. There's a shift in mentality behind the scenes, a drive to turn Rangers into a truly modern football institution again. And that starts with structure. The departure of Russell Martin may have been expected by many, especially given the club's dismal start to the season, but it also opened the floodgates to real change. There's no more room for short-term patches. That era of temporary fixes and rushed decisions has clearly come to an end. The people in charge now, especially sporting director Kevin Thelwell and technical director Dan Purdy, seem determined to avoid the mistakes of the past. They're building a footballing structure that isn't just about who sits in the dugout. It's about every department working in unison, from youth development to scouting, sports science to data analysis. Look at the names being brought in. Nathan Fisher isn't just another scout. He's a specialist in identifying emerging talent, someone with a strong track record in spotting players before they break through. James Monty brings serious credentials in football data and analytics, with experience at clubs like Dundee United and Huddersfield, and even working with StatsBomb. His job will be to make sure Rangers aren't just using data for the sake of it, but integrating it directly into decision-making, whether that's player recruitment, tactical adjustments, or long-term planning. These moves point to a club finally catching up to the modern game, one that knows it can't rely solely on tradition and reputation anymore. Even in the academy, where success often takes years to measure, there's a sense of urgency to get it right. The interest in Jonathan Hunter-Barrett isn't a coincidence. His rise at Wolves, from academy coach to academy manager, came during a period of rapid growth for their youth system. Bringing someone like him in is about more than just coaching kids. It's about creating a culture, one that develops players technically and mentally to be ready for the demands of first-team football. Rangers have had some promising talents come through in recent years, but the pathway has often been inconsistent. That's what Barrett would be expected to fix, establish a real link between the youth ranks and the senior squad. It's also telling that Kevin Thompson, once a strong figure within the academy setup, was let go without much fanfare. His frustration about the lack of communication shows that Rangers are no longer afraid to make difficult decisions if it means progressing. There's no room for sentiment in this rebuild. Every move now seems calculated, every appointment carefully weighed against the bigger picture. And that's exactly the kind of environment a manager like Gerrard would be walking into, one that's structured, supported, and focused on sustainability. But while all this background work is crucial, none of it matters if the first team continues to underperform. Fans can respect the long-term vision, but they need results now. That's why the pressure on the board to make the right managerial choice is so intense. Gerrard, as we said before, offers something unique. He already understands the club. He knows what it's like to handle the pressure, to deal with the media scrutiny, to walk into Celtic Park with the whole country watching. More importantly, he's shown that he can succeed here, and that's something not many candidates can claim. The potential of a coaching staff featuring Gerrard and Defoe would also be a powerful message to the dressing room. These are winners, people who know what it takes to hit the top level and stay there. Defoe's words in his recent interview were more than just a polite nod to the club. You could sense the genuine passion in his voice. He's done his coaching badges, he's putting in the work, and he's ready to contribute. For the younger players in the squad, having someone like him around on a daily basis could be transformational, not just in terms of technique, but in attitude and professionalism. But let's not pretend that Gerrard's return would be a simple plug-and-play solution. His time at Aston Villa showed that even the best managers can struggle when the environment isn't right. That's why the groundwork being done at Ibrox is so crucial. The new performance staff, the revamped scouting network, the emphasis on analytics, all of that creates a much more solid foundation than Gerrard had during his first spell. Back then, it was about survival and rebuilding. Now, it's about evolving. There's also the fan base to consider, arguably the most passionate and demanding in the country. The mood among the support is fragile. They've seen too many false dawns, heard too many promises. So whoever steps in has to hit the ground running. Gerrard, because of his past success, would be given some grace, but only just. The Europa League situation, the league position, none of that gives him a cushion. He'd be expected to fix things immediately. That's the nature of this job. There are no warm-ups, no let's see how it goes. It's full throttle from day one. As for the other names linked to the job, Danny Roll brings a very different profile. Young, tactically sharp, with Bundesliga experience and a fresh perspective. But would he have the instant impact needed right now? Would he understand the culture of the club, the pressure of the rivalry, the need to deliver silverware right away? That's the big question. And while he's certainly one for the future, Rangers need someone for the present too. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. There's a proper stir brewing in Scottish football this week, as whispers swirl round Ibrox that Danny Armstrong has torn up his deal with DINAMO and is already pulling on the famous blue of Rangers. Aye, you read that right. The Kilmarnock-born winger, once thought lost to the foreign game, is said to be heading back home in what could be one of the most dramatic turns of the season. Word first slipped out late Tuesday night, when eagle-eyed fans spotted Armstrong's agent flying into Glasgow. By Wednesday morning, social media was fair buzzing, with photos, grainy and half-shadowed, purporting to show Armstrong stepping out of a black SUV near the Rangers training center. Club insiders are staying tight-lipped, but folk close to the player insist he signed a short-term deal that could become permanent if all goes well before Christmas. Armstrong, 26, had been playing abroad with DINAMO, a stint that never quite clicked. Though he started brightly, reports of disagreements with coaching staff and late wages had grown louder in recent weeks. Now, it seems the lads had enough, choosing instead to return to the Scottish Premiership, where he first made his name with Killie, cutting defenders to ribbons down the right flank. For Rangers, the timing couldn't be better. With injuries stacking up and pressure mounting after a shaky start to the campaign, a lively winger with pace and grit could be just what Philippe Clement's side needs. And make no mistake, Armstrong's a player with something to prove. He's got that Ayrshire edge about him, a chip on his shoulder the size of Rugby Park, and fans at Ibrox love a comeback story. No official announcement's been made yet, but rumor has it the club's media team's already prepared the unveiling video, filmed, of course, in the Blue Room, with a single spotlight and the famous anthem playing soft in the background. If that's true, expect fireworks soon enough. Until then, the city's abuzz, the pubs are humming, and Rangers supporters are dreaming of a new hero in blue. Danny Armstrong back in Scotland? It's nae done deal, but it's close enough to set tongues wagging from Govan to Greenock. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.